A security guard locked the doors to a neighboring casino at 4 in the morning and walked past Circus Circus on his way home. Inside, lights were still on. Rooms were still booked. Families were still checking in. He stopped, looked back, and said something that explains everything. "I don't get it. Everyone else is bleeding. But this place just won't die." Circus Circus was never supposed to survive this long. It was never sleek. Never modern. Never designed for luxury travelers or high rollers. Yet while billion-dollar resorts struggle to fill rooms, Circus Circus keeps operating. Quietly. Relentlessly. Against every prediction experts made. According to hospitality analysts, the current crisis facing Las Vegas is not about tourism disappearing. It is about who is still able to afford it. And Circus Circus exists in a price range that almost no other strip casino is willing to touch anymore. Executives across Las Vegas have admitted, in earnings calls and internal memos, that visitors are staying fewer nights and spending less per day. Luxury properties rely on high margins. Premium dining. Expensive entertainment. Upscale rooms. When spending drops even slightly, those models break fast. Circus Circus does not rely on any of that. Its rooms are cheap. Sometimes shockingly cheap. According to booking data, Circus Circus often offers some of the lowest nightly rates on the Strip, even during busy weekends. This is not accidental. It is survival strategy. A former operations manager reportedly explained it simply. "We don't need guests to spend big. We need them to show up." That sentence reveals the core difference between Circus Circus and the casinos now closing. Circus Circus makes money on volume, not luxury. Families. Budget travelers. Road trippers. Workers passing through. People priced out of other resorts. While newer casinos chase fewer, wealthier guests, Circus Circus absorbs everyone else. And that group is growing. According to travel surveys, middle-income travelers are cutting back. They still want Vegas. But they want it cheaper. They avoid $50 resort fees. They skip $30 cocktails. They look for rooms under $100. Most strip casinos no longer offer that. Circus Circus still does. Executives at competing properties reportedly dismissed Circus Circus for years as outdated and unattractive. But when operating costs surged, staffing shortages hit, and debt payments rose, that outdated model suddenly looked stable. Circus Circus has another advantage most visitors never consider. It owns its land outright. No expensive leases. No massive recent construction loans. No crushing interest payments tied to ultramodern upgrades. While other casinos struggle under billions in debt, Circus Circus operates with far less financial pressure. According to real estate analysts, this single factor gives Circus Circus breathing room others do not have. It can survive low margins because it does not need to service massive loans every month. Employees also point to staffing. Circus Circus runs lean. Fewer luxury services. Fewer high-cost amenities. Simpler operations. That keeps payroll manageable in an era where labor costs have exploded across Las Vegas. Meanwhile, mega-resorts face a brutal equation. High staffing needs. High maintenance costs. High expectations. One slow quarter creates panic. Circus Circus does not panic. It has lived through slow decades before. Another reason Circus Circus survives is location. It sits north of the Strip, an area many tourists skip. That sounds like a weakness. But insiders say it is protection. Land values are lower. Taxes are lower. Pressure to redevelop is lower. It exists outside the constant arms race of the Central Strip. Executives at major casino groups have admitted that the Strip has become oversaturated. Too many luxury rooms chasing the same high-spending visitor. Circus Circus is not chasing that visitor at all. It chases the forgotten tourist. Families priced out of Disney. International visitors on tight budgets. Americans driving cross-country. Construction workers. Event crews. People who want Vegas without pretending they are rich. According to front desk staff, this demographic is now their core audience. There is also something uncomfortable many executives do not like to say publicly. Circus Circus benefits from economic stress. When inflation rises. When wages lag. When housing costs explode. People still travel. But they downgrade. They choose cheaper hotels. They spend cautiously. Circus Circus is positioned exactly for that reality. A casino executive reportedly summarized it this way. Luxury Vegas only works when the economy is strong. Budget Vegas works when it isn't. Circus Circus also avoids a trap killing other casinos. Constant reinvention. Renovations cost hundreds of millions. New attractions must outperform old ones. If they fail, the debt remains. Circus Circus rarely reinvents. It maintains. That keeps costs predictable. Critics argue this strategy makes the property feel dated. And they are right. But dated does not mean unprofitable. In fact, in this economic moment, dated is cheap. And cheap is powerful. Industry analysts note another factor. Circus Circus attracts longer stays. Guests might not spend much per day, but they stay more nights. That stabilizes occupancy. Empty rooms kill casinos faster than low spending. Meanwhile, premium resorts face volatile occupancy. One cancelled convention can erase millions. Circus Circus rarely depends on conventions at all. There is also psychological value. Circus Circus has no illusions. It does not pretend to be luxury. That honesty builds trust with its guests. They know what they are getting. No surprise fees. No false expectations. That matters more than executives once believed. Former casino marketers say modern Vegas lost something important. Simplicity. Circus Circus never lost it. As more casinos close or rebrand, Circus Circus absorbs displaced demand. When nearby properties shut down, their budget guests do not vanish. They migrate. And many end up there. Executives quietly monitor this. They may mock Circus Circus publicly. But privately, they study it. Because Circus Circus represents an uncomfortable truth. The future of Las Vegas may not be shinier. It may be simpler. This does not mean Circus Circus is immune. Analysts warn that long-term survival still depends on basic maintenance and safety investments. But compared to billion-dollar resorts with razor-thin margins, Circus Circus stands on surprisingly solid ground. While other casinos gamble on spectacle, Circus Circus gambles on affordability. And in today's economy, that bet keeps paying out. The real shock is not that Circus Circus survived. It is that the model everyone dismissed is now the most resilient one left standing. If this changed how you see Las Vegas, like this video and subscribe to Economic Vegas. We expose the real economic stories behind famous cities. And tell us in the comments, do you think budget casinos are the future of Vegas, or is this just a temporary phase?